Hey guys, today is gonna be a great day. Why? Because we're learning spinal waves. You know those like body wave things you do on the dance floor, or that a lot of movement people do? Well, we're going to break it down in the easiest manner that I have learned or seen other people teach. Now, what you're gonna need is a mighty fine wall. Now be mindful though, you're going to get up and personal in this wall, so make sure, your spouse is okay with this, your boyfriend, girlfriend's okay with this, because we're going to be doing some love making to this wall. And they got to be okay, because it's just part of the process. Alright? Now make sure you get some pine saw, some disinfectant, and you clean this shit up, because you don't know where this wall's been. You don't know who else has been making love to this wall. So, now that we're all disinfected, we checked it for STDs, let's get into the spinal wave portion of the exercise. So, starting off, you want to find yourself just about maybe half a foot to 6 to 8 inches away from the wall. Now, what we're going to do is start off with a nice solid posture, and we're going to lead with the nose. So, when we do this movement, we're isolating everything else and moving one portion of our body at a time. That's how we learn the body waves. So when I have my wall in front of me, I'm going to extend my neck. Everything else is isolated. I'm not bending my upper back just yet. Extending my neck, trying to bring my nose close to the wall. Then from here, I slowly bend my thoracic spine, tilt my rib cage until I get close enough that I can touch it. If you feel like you're really reaching, step forward a little bit closer and close that gap between you and the wall. You might want to do this when you first start out. So you're here. Once my nose gets about half an inch or a quarter of an inch from the wall, what I'm going to do is tilt my head up and then bring my chin up next. So I'm here, nose, chin, and then I follow it through. Working my way down my body, making contact with each portion, making sure whatever else is behind me stays isolated. So nose, chin, chest, and as you can see, naturally, as I bring my chest forward, I start to extend in my thoracic spine, that upper back. Now from here, I'm going to keep drawing that chest forward, and then naturally, my head's going to go back and I'm going to start tucking my chin. And then from here, what you're going to do is follow that through. So each portion of my abdomen till my hips are forward and facing the wall. Now it's a wave. So wherever the closest portion of your body is to the wall, so right now my hips are pretty close to the wall, the rest of my body is going to be further away. It's almost like a pendulum. One portion's closer, the other is further away. I have a slight bend in my knees, my hips are forward, trying to touch the wall, and now my chin is tucked and my head is close to my chest. And then from here, I repeat the cycle. So I go, extend, try to act as if I'm bringing my nose to the wall, and naturally, my upper back will arch. I'm isolating that lower part, and now that my chin and nose is getting closer, tilt the head up, chest, rest of the body, head goes back, hips, and repeat. Now, it's a little bit more difficult talking and trying to demonstrate that, but if you have a lot of difficulty breaking down this full movement, or you just feel like you're doing it clunky, it's going to take time, so really don't stress it. If you're having a lot of trouble, break it down. So just do the first portion. So if I'm here and I'm having trouble with my upper body or my thoracic extension, well, then I just focus on that portion. So I'll go forward, nose, chin, up, chest, and then reverse it back. Now, a key thing to remember though, when you isolate the movement, you want to move the last portion of your body first. Okay, now it sounds a little confusing, so I'm going to demonstrate. So I'm here, extend my nose towards the wall, get it close, then my chin, then my chest, my back is extended, my lower back, so my mid to that area in between my thoracic and lumbar spine, so that like middle of your back area, is the last portion that really moves close to the wall. So what I'm going to do is focus on starting the reverse movement from that portion and just go back. So I'm here, I'm cat in the back, and chin and chest go backward. It's no different than when you do a forward fold in yoga and they tell you to lead with each vertebrae of your spine and roll your head and shoulders last. You want to act as if you're leading with that portion of your spine and everything else follows. It's almost like a whip. If you take a whip and you fling it, or if you're a fly fisher, when you're flinging your fly line, the main portion goes and then the rest trails behind it, then it whips back and then it whips forward. It's that same motion, it's just with your body. So I'm going to run through it one more time. Standing in front of the wall, nose, chin, head tilts up, bring my chest next, isolating everything else, trying to keep my hips back, then arch the back, head and chin goes towards the chest, abdomen starts going closer to the wall, navel, then hips, and I'm starting to curl my upper body, sweeping the head up, and then repeat. So I'll try to do a few smoother ones so you guys get a feel for it, or just an example of what it looks like. So alright, so you can kind of see that you're almost like a snake or like a fish. You are like a wave on the ocean, okay? And it's going to take a lot of practice. I'm still working on fine-tuning mine, but the biggest thing is to solely focus on your body. So don't worry about looking ridiculous. Don't worry about what other people may think. Just focus on you, because anytime your mind drifts away, you're going to have a lot of stress and a lot of difficulty trying to learn this movement. Now, a big reason that this is beneficial is because you get to move each portion of your spine through a full range of motion, which not many people do. A lot of the times throughout the day, we're always in this fixed position, or if you have pelvic issues, you're either always overextended in your lower back, doing whatever task throughout the day, or you're the opposite, where you're tucked too much and you put a lot of strain on that low back. But what we need to do is get used to moving our spine as much as possible, because by doing this, it exposes the tissue that surrounds the spinal cord, the vertebrae, the disc, everything that encompasses our spine. We're exposing that to loads. Even if it's just a movement, those loads speak to the cells and strengthen the tissues so they do not break down. Anytime we don't speak to those cells, they lose that signal, they die off, new cells regenerate, but they're a weakened tissue because they don't receive the loads in order to know where to lay down new tissue when minute, not fractions, but when the joint starts deteriorating. I'm getting too much into detail for this, so I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Practice it, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, check out the website, shoot me a DM, or contact me through Instagram, and I appreciate it. Keep on keeping on, and I'll talk to you soon.